Today we celebrate Monday in the Octave of Easter, and our reading today comes from the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 28. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went away quickly from the tomb, fearful yet overjoyed, and ran to announce the news to his disciples. And behold, Jesus met them on their way and greeted them. They approached, embraced his feet, and did him homage. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go tell my brothers to go to Galilee, and there they will see me." While they were going, some of the guard went into the city and told the chief priest all that had happened. The chief priest assembled with the elders and took counsel. Then they gave a large sum of money to the soldiers, telling them, "You are to say, 'His disciples came by night and stole him while we were asleep.' And if this gets to the ears of the governor, we will satisfy him and keep you out of trouble." The soldiers took the money and did as they were instructed, and this story has circulated among the Jews to the present day. The Gospel of the Lord. This week of Easter is considered a week of Sundays. Each day is a continuation of the celebration that we began yesterday on Sunday, and this whole week is considered as simply an extension of that Easter celebration. Our gospel today is a gospel continuing what we heard in our Easter gospel yesterday, that Mary Magdalene and Mary went to the tomb and discovered an empty tomb. And on their way back, Jesus comes to meet them and tells them to go and tell the news of his resurrection to his disciples. As I reflected on this gospel, two things struck me. First of all, a phrase that we are going to be hearing a lot during this coming week: do not be afraid. It's a phrase that Jesus used not simply during this week, but all throughout his ministry. And it should be for us a sign not only of our Easter hope, but also of our confidence in the presence of Jesus among us. He also tells the women to go and tell not his disciples, but rather to tell his brothers. After the betrayals that Jesus experienced during his passion, after his disciples fled and left him alone to face his destiny, you would think that Jesus would not have called his disciples his brothers, and yet that is what he has done. And in that, he announces the reconciliation that he is offering to them and also to us in this Easter season. He also tells them to let the disciples know they were to meet him in Galilee. What we need to know to understand this phrase is the fact that his disciples came from Galilee. Galilee was their home. Galilee was their everyday life. And it is in that sense that I understand our gospel today. That if we're looking for Jesus, we are going to find him in our place and in our time. We are going to find Jesus in our work, in our families, in the interactions that we have with one another. Jesus has promised to be with us, and we need to take his word seriously and be aware that Jesus, like in our gospel today, is running to meet us, to be with us as we continue on our way.